Hello, my name is Dante, and as you guys already know, I am here to share my journey of trying to move to Germany to live. I kind of went into a little bit more on my last video, kind of like what that process is and all that I am doing to like make it a reality. And I just had some other questions in the comments, so I wanted to touch on those other questions. So I had people ask me about Burning Man. And I think that question came because in a previous video, I had talked about my experience at the Rainbow Gathering in Macedonia, but I had said I had gone to Burning Man. And I know that I feel like, I don't know, actually, I understand why, but I know this is like a controversial topic because some people like either they love Burning Man or they hate it and they have their reasons. I'm just going to tell you about my experience. I love Burning Man. Like it is one of my favorite festivals like that I've ever been to in my entire life. I had such a crazy experience. Like I remember before I had gone, I had had friends who had gone, and some of my friends who had gone, I feel like they were a little bit more fun, we'll say, and a little bit more free and wild. And so I didn't know if it would be like a good festival for me because I feel like a lot of times like I'm sometimes a person who wants to go out and do things, but then I feel like awkward or self-conscious or whatever, and I even if I want to do it, I don't always do everything that I want to do. And I know that seems weird because I just decided to move across the country, but to me like going to a different country is like I don't know. It's different. Um but anyway, when I had previously been in Germany and I had a friend from there, and when I had reached out to them, um yeah, I had reached out to them and like basically just to practice my German. And he was like, "Oh, actually, I have an extra ticket to go to Burning Man." And like I said, it was something that I had always thought about doing and like that I had wanted to do, but um I knew that it's like I've heard that it's hard to get the tickets, and like I thought that maybe it would be too like wild and too fun or free for me. So I was like, okay, maybe not for me. And so, but when a ticket was presented, I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity. I should just go and like go with it. And I had the best time. Like, I feel like no matter what you're into, you will probably find it at Burning Man. And like, if you don't find it, then I don't even want to know maybe what you're into because like everything is there. Um, like even my friend who I went with, he did choir practice while he was there. He sung in the choir, like so when they did the burn, like towards the end, he was singing in the choir. So and he had choir practice like at Burning Man at this music festival. So I'd be like, oh, we're gonna go to this party, and he'd be like, oh, I gotta wake up early in the morning to go to choir practice at Burning Man. So I don't like you don't have to like people. I think a lot of times think that if you go there, you have to be like doing drugs or drinking excessively, but there is like so many workshops, like there's like life coaching workshops, um there's like even podiatrists. Like I had a problem with my feet, and like I went to a podiatrist and they wrapped my foot and like took care of me. Like they had like massage therapy there. um I even did a workshop to make a metal bikini. Like they had a workshop for that, and I did it. And then you got to take a picture holding a sword like on a dragon. I mean, it's just like like I absolutely love it. When I the first year I went, it was like I guess hotter than normal. And I will say like one thing that I do really struggle with is public bathrooms. Like even when I travel, like and I know people are like, goodness, you went to Southeast Asia and did squat toilets and you still have a problem with toilets. And yes, I still have a problem with toilets. And like porta potties, like is I don't like porta potties. So I really, really struggled with that's like the only thing I really struggled with when I was there was the porta potties because also there are people who are partying, and so then you kind of have to think, okay, these people are partying and then they're using the porta potties. So they don't really always care about where they're aiming or, whatever. Um, so I really struggle with that. And I know this is stupid. Like, I just want to say this was in the past. I kind of tried not to drink as much because I didn't want to have to use the porta potties. I know it's stupid. I know, especially when you're in the desert, especially when you're drinking alcohol. You need to stay hydrated. This was a while ago. This is like back in 2017, which I know is still not. I still wasn't super young, but either way. Um, so I just wanted. This is just like one of my experiences. I ended up going to this Beyonce breakfast party, which was like super fun. And I ended up meeting these girls, and we were drinking champagne and just drinking and just having like the best time. And then I ended up going to their camp. Long story short, I ended up throwing up and passing out because it was the desert and it was like 98 degrees. It was like crazy hot. I wasn't drinking very much water. I was just drinking alcohol, which is not a very good combination. And so I woke up in the med tent with an IV in my arm. Apparently, I had gone through 2 bags of IV fluid. Um, so I don't know. It was very crazy. But I just wanted to tell this story because I feel like this story to me is like the reason why I kind of like love Burning Man. Because during that experience, I ended up losing not only my dignity and self respect, but I also lost my bike, which, if just you know, Burning Man is like the area is huge. So you need a bike to get around. Otherwise, you won't see half. Like, I don't even know if you see a third. Like, you need a bike. And so I ended up losing my bike because I had rode my bike to these people, to these girls' camp, but I didn't remember how I got there because I was drunk. And then I also ended up losing my driver's license. I also ended up losing my phone. And I also had, like, because like basically at Burning Man, you go out and then you're out all day and like you don't really go back to your camp, or at least that's how I was. And so I also had brought like my makeup to like change makeup, and because like I don't know, you want to like have fun makeup and like not glitter because glitter creates moot, and we're very against moot and having trash on the ground. Like that is like a Burning Man terminology, moot, which means matter out of place. Um, but anyway, I had like basically like forgot all that stuff at their camp and I couldn't find it. And so I ended up having to I walked was walking back to my camp after I woke up in the medical tent, and I had my dress in my hand because I had thrown up on my dress. And so I had my dress in my hand, and I was walking back to my camp, and I just had on like my underwear and like a handkerchief that I had actually gotten for free at the Beyonce party. And I feel like anywhere else in the world, people would be just looking at you like you're a crazy, like hot mess. But I feel like as I was walking, of course they didn't know that I had thrown up on the dress, but everyone was like, "Oh, I love your outfit, girl. Like work it. Like you look so beautiful." And like it was like just all love, just like all love. And like I love that. And then when I got back to my camp, I kind of told the people that I was camping with, who I was like kind of new to as well. I only had known my one friend who had got me the ticket, and I didn't know the other people from the camp that well. And I told them, "Oh yeah, like I lost my bike, I lost my phone, and had all my pictures on it, and everything." And one of the people there at a festival where there's stuff like fun stuff going on all the time basically gave up his whole day to ride me around on his handlebars while we tried to look for this camp. Like all like which is just so nice. Like it was like extremely nice of him to do that. And then like along the way, of course, we met like super cool people, and they even had like there's free food everywhere that you can get there. We had like a steak dinner while we were looking, and it was actually like good steak. Like it was actually really good. Like yeah, it was just like it was like a nice experience. And basically that by that night I went to another event. I had told the people at this new event what had happened, and the guy was like, "Oh, I have an extra bike." And so he just like gave me a bike to use like for the rest of Burning Man. And then I also someone gave me like a water bottle because I had also lost my water bottle, and I definitely knew now I needed to drink more water. And it's so hot that you really want to have kind of like a thermos because otherwise your water will be super hot. And so there's like a saying at Burning Man that says like the playa provides, and it really does. I also at one point lost my sunglasses, and then someone just like noticed that I wasn't wearing sunglasses. I didn't ask for sunglasses. They just noticed I wasn't wearing sunglasses and just gave me sunglasses. And I think that's the thing that I love about Burning Man is like everybody is so willing to share, so willing to give. It's like they're like there for you. Like I don't know, which in turn makes you there for them. And it's just like I don't know, like for me, it's like my whole energy, my whole vibration, everything was like super high and like super in like such a good place because everybody was so loving. And then I will also say, because you're probably like, oh, well, still, you don't have your phone, you didn't have your driver's license, you didn't have all these other things. Well, I go home 2 weeks later, the girls from that camp mailed me my phone, mailed me my driver's license, mailed me my makeup bag. I mean, of course, they couldn't mail the bike because the bike was huge, but also I wasn't gonna bring the bike back with me to North Carolina from Nevada anyway. Um, so it was just like super like I don't know. It was just like such a great example of like human kindness and like niceness. Like I feel like everybody was there to like I don't know. Everybody wanted to be your friend. Everyone's there to take care of each other and to look out for each other and I don't know. It was just like a really, really good experience. And it's so crazy because those girls that I had met that night or that day at the Beyonce breakfast, who I ended up getting sick at their camp and who mailed me my stuff, then we became friends. One of the girls moved to Berlin, and I actually went to go visit her and stay with her, met her boyfriend. The other girl, we ended up meeting in Prague and traveling together and then I also she like yeah like I just we like stayed friends and I just think that I don't know I have very good memories about Burning Man and like I feel like the people that I know and the people that I was associating with there they cared about the rules as far as like not like leaving everything better than how you left it, not leaving trash, not you know, basically desecrating the playa. So I know that like other people have really bad experiences or maybe they've heard like, oh, the people there, they're just so crazy. But I feel like it's just like in the world. There's like good people in the world and then there's I'm not even going to say bad people. I'm just going to say misguided people. And you get it all and I'm just saying like from my experience I've gone I went 2 years. I would have liked to go on last year but because of obvious reasons like it was canceled but I just feel like it's such a nice for me I think it's such a nice reset to experience people in that way like them being like loving them being open like I mean you go to a party or you go to a festival and you sometimes are like ooh I don't know can I should I go up and talk to that person what if they're like ooh I don't want to talk to you and at least my experience at Burning Man like everybody is willing to talk to you everybody wants to know you everybody wants to be your friend and it's nice to be somewhere where everyone is so open to other people but I will say this is just my experience. Maybe other people had like really bad experiences, but I've gone 2 years, which is not like that much because I know that there's people who've gone like 15, 20 years and everyone's like, oh, it's changed. It's not like what it used to be. It's so commercial. And that very well may be true, but um I mean, it's not my experience, but it may be, their experience. But I will say it's still a lot better than any other festival I've ever gone to. And I feel like the connections that I made and just like the feeling so comfortable with myself. Like when I was there, I wasn't like self-conscious. I wasn't questioning myself as much as I normally like I felt like I could just be myself and that was the most freeing and best experience that I feel like at least that I could ever ask for. So, yeah. Sorry, I know this is probably like a super long video, but I kind of like I do get really excited about Burning Man because it's like one of my favorite things. But anyway, If you guys have any questions or comments on that, or if you want to share your experience, you definitely can, leave it in the comments. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, that I think basically sums it all up. Bye.